Hello and welcome back to the Football Terrace. This is Route 1 Football. We're here today to talk to you about why Manchester United so desperately want Donny Van de Beek. Do us a big favour, hit the like, share button and please subscribe to the Football Terrace and UFF. Ajax CEO Edwin van der Sar has confirmed that Man United have registered an interest in midfielder Donny Van de Beek. The Dutchman has been heavily linked with a move to Real Madrid, and it is believed to have agreed personal terms with the La Liga giants prior to the corona pandemic. However, the pandemic has had a widespread financial effect on football, and Real Madrid are not immune to the downturn, with the club reviewing all their transfer policies in the short to medium term. That has opened the door for Manchester United, and it has now been reported that talks between Ajax and the Old Trafford outfit have begun. Van der Sar himself said, and I quote, "It's clear that clubs like Real Madrid and Man United are showing heavy interest in Donny Van de Beek. I hold a great relationship with Ed Woodward and Manchester United. Let us see how things pan out." But the question still remains, why is it that Man United are so desperate to land Donny Van de Beek? Before we look at the numbers, it's important to focus upon his versatility as a player. He can play in CDM and box-to-box midfield roles on both the left and the right, but also loves to occupy more attacking midfield positions centrally and out to the right-hand side. That versatility is going to be massively important to Manchester United moving forward. From an attacking point of view, yes, there is Bruno Fernandes and potentially Paul Pogba staying on for the 2020-21 season. But once you scratch beneath the surface, Manchester United are in a very vulnerable and weak position. If we look at Van de Beek this season, 10 goals and 6 assists. You compare that to just 2 goals and 2 assists from Andreas Pereira. And when we focus on Jesse Lingard, just 1 goal and 1 assist all season. All 3 of these players take up positions on the pitch on the right-hand side. But when we focus on Van de Beek, he has a 60% succession rate with crosses. Andreas Pereira, just 19%, and Jesse Lingard at 25%. When we look at their creativity in these advanced roles, we see Andreas Pereira sitting on 30 chances created this season across the Premier League and the Europa League, and Jesse Lingard on a mere 17 opportunities created. You compare that to Donny Van de Beek, who sits on a whopping 58 chances created this season. There is a clear gulf in class. We've mentioned the versatility, you've seen the goals, you've seen the assists, but it's the amount of time Donny Van de Beek finds himself in the opponent's box, getting touches on the ball. We'll delve into this in a few moments, but for a midfielder, he has this fox in a box mentality. Pereira and Jesse Lingard have touched the ball in the opponent's box 46 and 35 times respectively this season. When you compare that to Van de Beek, he has touched the ball in his opponent's box 175 times. To put that into perspective, Bruno Fernandes, one of the most recognizable and rated attacking midfielders in European football, has only touched the ball in his opponent's box 62 times this season across the Portuguese, English leagues and the Europa League. So not only does Donny Van de Beek offer versatility and the ability to very competently play in a multitude of positions, what we also see is a goal scorer, somebody that can create and who is going to break the lines and cause havoc in the opponent's defense. We're going to take a look at a few clips now to demonstrate the quality and a predatory instinct of Donny Van de Beek. This clip here, what you'll be able to see is this ball get whipped over from a free kick. And this just goes to show you, Van de Beek is there. I'm going to highlight him in yellow. He's in this position here. But his anticipation, his ability to read the game, but get himself into a position where he may be able to score is absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to move this forward through here, and you're going to see the ball come over, and it's chested down by a teammate, as you can see here. But as that ball comes across and comes towards Van de Beek, look at him alert and ready. Puts his laces through it and puts it down into the bottom corner. That, for me, I already said is predatory and reminds me very much of a young Frank Lampard. This is another goal. Now, this is even more than Frank Lampard. This reminds me very much of a Michael Owen, a fox in the box. And this is where he's different, Donny Van de Beek. This is where he will offer Manchester United something that even Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes lack. It's why he's touching the ball in the box so readily. He's finding himself in very dangerous positions. We're going to move the play forward here. And as you're going to see as we move along, Van de Beek's in a very fairly innocuous sort of position from this point. The ball's then going to be whipped over in just a second. And I want to pause it as it goes there. Van de Beek is watching. We can see him highlighted in yellow. He is watching the play. He knows where his opponent's going to cross the ball. But he knows what to do here. The ball isn't being crossed into him. You can tell by the angle of number 22. So he's going to find himself, and he's going to run and get himself into this area that we've put a circle in here. Because he knows if there's any ricochets, any fumbles, any misplaced passes, or one of his teammates squares him up, he's going to be in a position to finish things. So the ball comes in, it's crossed. And as I say, a bit of dodgy defending, a bit of a ricochet here. But look, he found himself in that dangerous space. Look at the defenders react. This is the best bit for me. As that ball ricochets out, watch the defenders flat-footed. Number 5 there. Look at him flat-footed. By the time he's reacted, it's too late. Van de Beek is there. Bang. Into the roof of the net. It's over. It's done. It's finished. And we go back to this point here. It's having the understanding. It's having the understanding, the anticipation, but the ability to read the game. And then you have to be cool, calm, and collected in front of goal. And that is something that Donny Van de Beek has in abundance. And I actually think that element of his game is probably above that of all the other midfielders in Manchester United's current team. So we're going to focus on this. The ball's out wide on the left-hand side. And again, this shows the quality here of Donny. It really does. We're going to forward this forward here slightly. You can see where he is currently. So he's in that sort of traditional number 10 position. A lot of normal number 10s, your Pogbas, your Brunos, your Kevin De Bruynes, they look to stay within that area. What most would do is run into this direction. They might come here and look for the ball. They might look for it short as an example. They'll look to go anywhere in this kind of area, anywhere in this vicinity to try and receive the ball. But not Donny. That isn't what he looks to do at all. What Van de Beek does, he makes a run towards that far post area. Starts moving now, knows that ball may come in. It may not come to him, but he's anticipating that it may. The ball gets crossed by Ziyech, and there you see him watching that ball. Look at his face. Look, young kids watching. Look at him watching the ball from this point. He's watching, keeping his eye on the ball. He knows the area that he's running into is free, keeping his eye on the ball the whole time, and then bang. And interestingly, I've highlighted this here, and we're going to go back. This is contact made with the ball. I've highlighted one of his opponents here, and we're going to go back. We're going to go all the way back to the first moment where we freeze framed. Look how close they are together at this point. He's being marked at this stage. But as I've said, his predatory instincts and his intelligence and ability to read the game create a huge gulf in space. If we look at his movement, he gets beyond his player. He hasn't reacted. His marker's nowhere to be seen, and it's over. It's done. It's finished. It's into the back of the net. And the reason why I'm focusing so much on these elements of Donny Van de Beek is his creativity is not as good as Bruno. His creativity is not as good as Paul Pogba. But what he will bring to Manchester United is extra goals from midfield. So whether he's a starter or whether he's on that bench coming on, he is going to give us a new element, a new string to the bow, a new weapon within our arsenal. We also mentioned his crossing ability earlier, and it is absolutely brilliant. Is he as good as David Beckham or Kevin De Bruyne? No. But is he at a much higher standard than Andreas Pereira and Jesse Lingard? The answer is yes. A 60% succession rate with his crossing. Martial and Rashford and Jadon Sancho are going to be lapping this up. That's if Jadon Sancho signs, by the way. I'm just throwing that in there. We're going to fast forward it here, and you're going to see the ball's going to be played out here to Donny, who's wide on the right-hand side. And he loves taking up positions, by the way, on this right-hand side. You will see him here a lot, whichever team he moves into next year. But as you can see from this point here, he knows what he has to do. His teammate's got his hand up. He's got the ball. He's looking. He's got to deliver the ball pinpoint into that space. And lo and behold, he can do it. And this shows his quality. He's being closed down at the same time, but he hits his cross and he finds his teammate. Now, it's a brilliant touch by his teammate. Nice touch, lovely turn. And the flick doesn't quite come off, as an example, but the cross gets him in. And for me, the point of this video is to focus on why Manchester United are so desperate to sign him. And it's as clear, plain and obvious to me. United need that backup to the Brunos and the Paul Pogbas. They need to have strength in depth. All due respect to Jesse and to Andres Pereira and Juan Mata, they are not at the level required. Juan Mata has passed it. Pereira and Jesse Lingard were never there. And if Man United are genuinely going to try and compete with that of Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea are doing an absolute madness in the transfer market, they have to strengthen that bench. They have to create a thick, strong squad if they want to get back to the peak of their powers. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, do me a big favor, hit that like button, hit the share button as well. And I really want your opinions. Donny Van de Beek to Manchester United. 1, can you see this happening? And 2, will it? Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you all again very, very soon.